It's been a season of change and rediscovery. We're halfway through the year and in 2 weeks I'll be 33 years old. I'm feeling the most like myself I've been and I'm ready for the next phase. In this summer vlog I'll paint things that I don't like, but I will also sketch the start of something new. I hope you enjoy this video and that you have a creative week. Hello! It has been some time since I turned on the camera and just talked for a studio vlog. Time has kind of caught up with me. I was very busy with event work because May and June are pretty busy in that regard. But I only have a wedding this weekend and then maybe one job in July, and then the next one is already at the end of August for now. So it's time to pick up the camera again and start documenting what I'm doing. If you're new here, my name is Roxy van Bemmel. I'm a painter and I work a lot with oil paintings, big canvases, and I paint about expanding and taking up space. I'm working on a new series right now which I'm documenting, so you have a lot of vlogs to get through if you're new. The ones you see behind me are actually finished in the last vlog, which I'm super happy about because it seems like we're taking steps. Then I have one painting here on my left that is not done yet. I think I'm gonna tackle today. This week is kind of about planning the next few weeks again, because I kind of lost the plot, honestly. Every day I'm thinking, what am I gonna do today? Except for admin. And then my head doesn't feel like in the right headspace for painting. So today I'm gonna put myself in my painting chair and do it, because this thing has been staring at me for a long time and I want to get somewhere with it. Even if it goes to the scrap pile, that's fine. At least I'm picking up the brush again. And then something else I did was record a 25-day series talking about my older paintings. And I'm doing that to lead up to my open studio next week, 24th of June. This video is going to come out after that studio, I know. But I'm excited to see how that goes. Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and of course also the open studio itself. I had a few RSVPs already. It's always kind of exciting to see who comes and who joins. There's always some people coming, but sometimes there's like big gaps between people, so we'll see. It's just about showing newer works and also about the works that I talk in the Reels, because I made like a catalog, some reduced pricing up until August 3rd, and I think this video is coming out before that. So if you want to know, then just leave a comment or an Instagram DM with catalog and I'll send you one. Anyway, that's exciting. And then on Thursday, this Thursday, so in a few days, there's actually a photographer coming to the studio. She sent me an Instagram DM because she wanted a new creative portfolio shoot with artists, and she's making analog photos. So that's very exciting. I want to do that with newer works as well. So I have some pieces to share with like good photography, because I always make my photos myself. But it's really exciting to actually have a photographer in the studio. Yeah, that's it, I think, for now. And I actually had a really good haul, by the way. I want to share that with you. I went to a comic market, like the stripboekenmarkt, I think it's called. It's called Mus in Dutch. And I went a little bit wild. Let me show you. I'm gonna sit on the floor for this. I was so excited when I saw this, because it's not necessarily that I have like a big preference for comic books, but it was just different than what I usually see, and all the little things I liked so much. So okay, let me take you through them. I'm gonna try to tag the artist with it. So this little booklet, it's like a leporello. I don't want to pack it, but you know what, I'm gonna unpack it. I also need to redo my nails. Look how cute. And then there's like text on the back. Oh my god, but this is gonna take so long. I got some washi tape, a little booklet. I don't know what to draw. Then a little booklet on butterflies. Zine with a story. I love the art, but I especially love this page. I think this is this page because it has these really pretty horses. And then I got more butterflies, but these are stickers. This book I'm such a fan of because they hand embossed this. I asked like, how did you make this? And it turned out into like this really big handcrafted thing. It was kind of crazy. And then they signed it for me too. And it's just this book of flowers made with collage and stamps, like with sponges and ink. I love it. And then lastly, this one. I actually have some things at home because my partner brought some things as well and we bought them together. Yeah, we went a little bit wild. But the thing is, when you walk past all these market stalls, like I know the feeling when you're sitting there and people walk by and they don't buy anything. And I just wanted to support all of them, even just a little bit. Like a lot of them had like €3 zines, €5 zines. This one was only 25 and it's insane because this is silkscreen with like gold and multiple colors. And then the inside is, let me get a good page for you. The inside is riso-printed, but all these pages, they're insane. And I know how expensive it can be to actually make a book or a zine by yourself if it's not like a copy of 10,000. So it's so crazy that you could just get those things from the artist like directly, and I just wanted to get every little thing. So I went a little bit overboard, but in the end I think I personally spent about €110, and then we got a few things together, so maybe 150 in total, which is not something I spend normally at a market, but absolutely did get value for my money there because there were a lot of fun things. I also got a print, by the way, from this artist, but that one is at home. It's like an A4 print, which I really liked. And we got another book from this artist, which is also at home, which is like a little square folder, and then it has sort of money booklets in them, and they're all play on animals. So the joke only translates in Dutch, but if you're Dutch, there's a pig on the front, which means it's like a piggy bank, and then there's geldwolven inside, which means like money wolves, but I don't think that translates to English. And then in each booklet, which already looks like a bankbiljet, like a bill, which already looks like money, then on the inside every page has like a pun on an animal. For example, dictator is like Thor, and then it's, yeah, I don't know, it's just really funny, and we had to get it. So this was my big haul, and I loved it. You know, if you are in the area or if you see a comic market, go there because I had so much fun. Also, talking to all of the artists was nice. So I actually met someone that followed me on YouTube, so hi. I love the market, so I hope you had a good time. New day, same outfit, but suddenly it's summer again, so we're getting 30 degrees again this weekend. I don't know what to wear anymore. But today I'm gonna do something different. I don't know if I like the direction the painting is going. Well, I do like the direction, I just don't know if I like the general painting. So it's gonna chill for a bit. But painting this has inspired me to just do something fun, because I thought this was very fun to do. And I have these sheets of oil paper because I got inspired by this artist that I bought a book from, Sophia Mazzola, and she painted a lot of this oil paper, or maybe that was another artist actually. I think it was another artist, but I got the book, then I got inspired to paint on paper, and I looked up the paper, and I just want to paint some clouds. And I've been thinking of using these figures that I clayed and glazed a while ago as inspiration. And I want to put these figures in the clouds, and I have some references for my hiking trips. The papers are only A3 size, so they're pretty small. And then I can put these figures like somewhere in there, and I think it's gonna be fun. Maybe there's just gonna be some painting of clouds. Maybe. I just wanna make something that's not as big and something that doesn't feel like I'm financially ruining myself. I also feel like I really need to get a printer because I wanna make new references. But then I'm always postponing making new reference photos because I feel like that's the most fragile I feel ever. Even though I'm very happy when I make them, when I have made them, just not when I'm making them or like the feeling before. And the reason I'm now postponing it is because I don't have a printer, because I ruined my own printer. And I don't know which one to pick. I can pick the same one and it's like 666 euros, so it's quite expensive. But then I already have the scanner, and then I could also get a smaller one, which is like 200, which is a lot more okay. But then do I want the bigger one? And that I have compared every printer already. I just don't know which to pick, so I am just not picking any. But it is stopping me from making new reference photos. So I know I need to get one, but I just don't know which one. But I think once I get paid for the jobs that I did this month, I'm gonna have to pick one, otherwise it's gonna get pushed to next month again. Yeah. I think once I get the printer, I'm gonna print out this whole mood board and feel so inspired. That's how important I think the printer is. But just not now, not yet. So now we're just gonna paint some clouds that I've already printed, or maybe on my computer. Clouds are not a natural subject to me, so I took some inspiration from a Studio Ghibli book that I have, a Miyazaki book, and I also looked at how others painted clouds. I haven't done a lunch shot in a while, so let me talk you through my ideas while I make my lunch. I don't like the painting that has the figure in it, and I thought I wouldn't, but I didn't really make it to make something finished. I mainly made it to see what I didn't like and what I would want to make. And I think now that I painted the clouds, I really enjoyed painting the clouds, even though they're just clouds. I mean, anyone can paint clouds. I think I might actually make a couple and then print them on canvas, because I wanted to paint a canvas, like one of those older backdrops for photos, and then make my reference photos from that. But I keep not wanting to do it because it seems like so much work. And now I think maybe if I just paint the clouds small and I size them up and print them on canvas, it's gonna maybe kickstart those photos, and then maybe eventually I'll still paint them. But at least I have a starting point. And I think that's like the whole reason that I do these sketches. It's more like quick work. They do tire me a bit though. I still think they're fun, but it feels like, oh, I have to rush it. Yeah, not like a bigger painting, but that's, I think, all in my head. But the reason I do these things is so that my head kind of gets to work thinking what I actually want to do. And it worked, because I found a solution to my not wanting to paint a canvas problem. And I think printing on canvas is actually not that expensive, so I might as well try. But I do want to finish a few, and I feel like now I have this energy to paint clouds, and I really feel like I want to paint clouds, so I have to do that. So I think I'm just gonna work on a couple. Maybe 5 is a nice number. Not gonna finish all of them today, I know that. And maybe I might even make a sample on canvas just to see if it would actually work. Now let's first get something to eat, because I'm very hungry. Okay. If you'd like to see more bonus content of my work in progress, my full painting process without cuts, you can do so at my Patreon. I'm so thankful for everyone that supports me there every month. Tiers start from €5 a month. There's one for 10 as well, and one for 25 to get literally everything. And there's a lot of videos and photos and posts to comb through. So thanks again, patrons, for supporting this studio vlog. And thanks for the support in general. I caved. I got a new printer. It is now standing there. I'm doing the ink levels. And I can actually see it. And I got the same one as I already had, but then like the newer model. Because I felt like I was sabotaging myself by not getting a printer, because I kept wanting to print reference images, other things, and I just kept putting it off. But now I have one again, and I'm very excited for it. The old one, not working anymore, unfortunately. Today, a photographer is coming by to take some photos in the studio. I dressed up nicely. I have some outfits in my bag as well to change. And I know you all see me in my painting clothes all the time, but sometimes I look nice as well. So we're gonna make photos with the new paintings as well. She's doing analog photos and she's really good with light, so I am excited to see what we'll make. And then I also got to the store because on Saturday I have a life illustration job and I wanted to try bringing watercolors with me because I really despise those pans, those pre-packaged pans, and that's what I had in my memory. But I want to try them again because I've seen life illustrators get really nice results with watercolors. So I got a set with some pans because it was more like they didn't have empty ones. And then I also got some tubes to fill the empty pans with. So I'm excited to see how that works. We're going to do some tests today or tomorrow and see how that goes. I mean, again, I went to the store and spend over 100 euros. But it's fine. We can do like a lot. I can do like a lot of painting with this, so it's okay. So this is what I got. I got the Daniel Smith painting tin, and I got this one because it's aluminium and I can use this, and then it has a whole set of empty pans, and I got it in the colors of inspiration, whatever that means. But it has a lot more neutral tones that I need, but I don't necessarily like buying. And it's a nice big set. So I think this is it. Don't know. Ah, okay. Oh, so this is how it closes off even better. Oh, that's better. That's nice. And then I think you can take this out actually and replace. And these are hand poured, which was apparently a good thing. Yeah. Oh, they're nicer. They're even nicer than they seem on the photo. And then to go with that, I got these 4 tubes, and these are just based on my life illustration jobs. So I got pearlescent white. Ooh. Can we focus? Yes. I got pearlescent white, which is good for weddings, obviously. Titanium white, because I always miss it on jobs. A blue and a Payne's gray, because it's not in the pen. Not very exciting colors, to be honest. I have much more exciting colors, but I figured I might as well try these ones first, and then I still bring the inks and acrylics with me, but in time I would like to replace those with watercolors, except for the ink, because I like drawing with ink. And then I also got a brush. I got this one. This is just a brand that they have in the store. It's by Da Vinci. There are probably better ones. This is natural hair. And I asked, because they have a similar brush, and I was surprised that this one was twice as expensive. I think this was 20 euros or something, which is not too bad, because most of the good watercolor brushes are like 50 to 80 maybe. And I have a bigger one, so I wanted to specifically get a smaller one. But I asked what the difference was, and apparently this is one of those brushes that holds the tip better and holds a lot of water. And the one that was half as expensive was just a round brush. So I have no idea how to translate that, but I figured why not just go for this one and see how it works. As I needed a smaller brush anyway. I don't have my other brush around, no. And then the last thing I got were more watercolor pencils. You can't actually see me. No. Can you see me now? This way. Because I ran out of every blue pencil that I had, plus a few fun ones. Like this pink one on the left I use a lot, especially for cheeks, for lips, for anything that needs a little bit of redness. And then the pink one because I liked it. Yeah, I use a lot of blues, especially to sketch. And I had this set of Caran d'Ache, which I think is the best color pencil that I've tried, at least watercolor pencils. But I didn't want to get like a whole new set. I just wanted to get the ones that I use. I don't even use the tin anymore. So I just bring these in like a clear plastic tray and then I'm good. And I like using the watercolors because I work with watercolors and a lot of water. So that way I can still smudge them a little bit, even if I mess up a line, which is important. I don't bring erasers or anything. If I mess up a line, I have to paint over it or go for it. So these are new. I could have brought a lot more, but this tiny bit was already 120 euros. So these are professional paints though. They're by Daniel Smith. I read a lot of good things about this brand. Winsor & Newton as well, but I wanted to try these ones because I have this dry pen trauma from Winsor & Newton, even though I think those were just the cheaper quality paints, so probably no shame to them. But I wanted to try a fresh start with Daniel Smith. This is not sponsored obviously, but I would love to, so send all the paint sponsors my way, please. I'm going to iron my clothes first, so that's done once the photographer is here, and then make some test sketches with the new materials I got. Okay, so I got the photos and I just want to share some with you because I'm so happy how they turned out and they really reflect my current work practice as well. It's not just like having a pretty picture of yourself, but it's also like what kind of painting you make, how it looks with you as the artist next to it. So I am super happy with it. This photographer did this for her own portfolio. So if you want to check out her work, her name is next to this post. I'll leave it in the description as well, her website. And she was great to work with. So I'm really happy with them. Yeah. It is extremely hot in the studio today. It is 38 degrees, which is like a tropical heat wave. We're in an extreme heat wave, in a heat wave. We were supposed to do our open studios today, but because of the heat wave and how hot it gets here, after a few days, we decided to postpone it until halfway through July because we're both going on trips, and that was the first date that we both were able to do this. So that is a pity, but I am happy though that we postponed it because this is not supposed to be 38 degrees in the Netherlands. It's just not. Our environment is not used to these heats. Anyway, I did want to come in today because I want to work on my next steps for my paintings. I got a printer as well to print out like new collages and sketches and references, but I just haven't gotten around or found the motivation, honestly, to make new reference images because I feel like you have to do like a deep dive into yourself again, and I find it hard to start something like that, even though I'm happy when I have, and I am happy when I have the images, I'm happy when I have the stories, but getting there is a different thing. So today I am going to challenge myself to do something about that. I have some sketches lying around. I'm not going to do like posings for pictures or posings for videos now, but I am going to see what I still have and probably make some collages and images that can help me make new images. Yeah, in this heat. It's even hotter upstairs. Like up there, I think it's like 5 degrees hotter. So we're gonna see how far We're gonna see how far I get. All right, I think we're getting somewhere. It's so weird how quickly you can think of imagery and associative thinking once you get your mind to it. I had this cloud theme. I've been painting clouds a lot, looking at clouds a lot. I don't know where it comes from, but it's just there. So I thought, let's just start from there. Let's print some images of clouds. And I also had a lot of sketches of dancers, contemporary dance. I haven't printed those yet, but I did sketch them, and I thought of combining them together, see what that would deliver. And then I thought of these themes of covering up, masking, hiding, and I even got this transparent paper, and that made me think of having the clouds as skin. And once you put everything up together, then it kind of starts to look like something. So I also painted some clouds, so I'm gonna print those next. I just photographed them, see what I can make of that, and then I think like there's a lot there already, so I think I can do something with that. It's also fun to like make these combination collages that don't have to be something yet, but they can lead to something in like a photo or a video where I think, hey, that might work, even though this might be too abstract still. And there's even the red legs, which made me think of getting some colored tights to work into my photography, because I use my body to get this image, and my body is just one color. And especially if I have like gloves or masking or hiding as themes, it might be nice to actually bring that in. And also I don't mind doing a little shopping for inspiration. But yeah, it's I think there's something like a start going on here. It's also still very hot, so it might just be that it's very hot and it's going through my head. It's still crazy hot in the studio, but airing everything out helps. But it's workable, like I can do things. I'm wearing like a t-shirt instead of a tank top because I can now. I've been postponing photographing these finished paintings, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I didn't want to do that last week because it was just so hot. to move the paintings, but I want to do it before I go on holiday next week or this weekend. So that's my to-do list today. And then I also have some live drawings that need some scanning, just very loose, chill work. Probably doing some admin as well, because it's the 1st of July and it's the end of the quarter. Yesterday I filmed like a 6-month review of my artist income, and that also means that it's time to do my admin. It's not a lot of work though, it's pretty quick. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Doing it very chill. I'm a bit tired. I think it's the lack of sleep from the hot days. And like our house is finally cooling down now, which is nice, but it's been insane. It's like waking up at 3, still thinking it's hot, sitting outside to cool down, going inside again, sleeping a little bit, waking up again. We're not used to 35 plus degrees weather. And also something I'm really happy with are the photos and the sketches I made last week while in the heat wave. I made a lot of series of photos so that I can kind of pinpoint which ones I like to use for paintings. And I think I'm gonna do a bit of mood boarding per painting so I can see which ones I want to be what size, which ones I want to make too maybe, because I feel like I'm a little bit lost in terms of what I want to make, and also kind of how I build a body of work basically. It's nice that I have the start, but I can't make them all this big. I do want to have some small ones, and it's nice to have like this chaos of images in front of you, and now being able to kind of pinpoint what sizes everything is going to be, which ones I like. It's almost like making a collection, like making a fashion collection. I used to have like these spreadsheets or like spreads with look 1, look 2, and then you had all the details and all the accessories, etc., and the models in them, blah blah blah. It's almost like that, but in painting. Yeah. I photographed both this one, and it was quite the challenge. They're getting so big that I have to photograph them in separate areas, otherwise I don't have enough megapixels in my camera, so I can't really have like a high resolution photo. So I think I might have to switch over, unfortunately, to a photographer photographing it instead of doing it myself, because it's getting harder and harder, and it's really hard to get the reflections down instead of having like one lighting setup for the whole painting. So I tried. I stitched them together. I think they're going to be good enough for a portfolio, might even be good enough for prints, I'm not sure, but it's pretty hard, it's pretty time consuming. I also want to end the vlog with that notion and present the paintings to you that I've worked on since the beginning of the year. I'm so excited to start something new now, and I'm unsure yet how much I want to share right away and how much I want to share like later, because that beginning process is always very fragile. But we'll see. We'll see what we get out of this. And yeah, I mean, I'm always going to take you along with the process, just in like a different way. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video again. And leave a comment if you want. I always love reading those. And I will see you in the next one, and hope you have a very creative week.